What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 481 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. It's KB coming at you solo dolo from Underground Studios on the precipice of Monday Night Football between the Eagles and Commanders at Lincoln Financial Field. We'll get into the Birds later on in the show. We got to talk about the MVP'd Joel Embiid doing the damn thing back-to-back nights, setting career highs in points scored, doing things that no other NBA player has ever done. We're going to get into all of it. But before we get started, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI, Twitter, Instagram. We had a massive turnout from our giveaway, so big thank you to everyone who participated, who got involved with our Twitter giveaway with the homie Josh Reynolds and Dewani, the GOAT, the best artist in Philly. And of course, you guys are the best. So shout out to you for rocking with us and continuing to follow along. We didn't lose too many people, which is awesome. Glad you guys are enjoying the content. At Underground PHI, Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/Underground Sports PHI. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311. Subscribe to the podcast feed. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever the hell you get your podcasts, we are there. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. It really does go a long way for more people finding the show, helps us continue to grow this thing and turn Underground Sports into our full-time careers. That is our goal, everybody. We want this whole thing that you guys partake in every single week to be our careers. And it starts with you guys subscribing. So subscribe to the podcast feed and subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. YouTube.com/@, Underground Sports Philadelphia. That's where you get to the YouTube channel. You get full video episodes of every single podcast on our network, clips, shorts, any original content we do, it's going on the YouTubes. So subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're on that road to 1K. And by the end of 2022, I truly feel like we can get to at least 400 subscribers. We are at 311 right now. Be a friend, tell a friend. Thanksgiving is next week. Pull out your phones. Tell your people, whoever you celebrate with, to subscribe to the podcast feed on audio and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just tell everybody right before dinner, right before you do any type of praying, any type of anything. Before you dink it and sink it, shout out to Rhett and Link. Your turkey legs, whatever it may be. Tell everybody, pull out their phones, subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast feed. It really goes a long way. And on YouTube, smash that like button, ring the bell icon, comment down below your thoughts on everything I talk about on this episode. I want you guys to get involved in the comment section below. And of course, big thank you to our sponsors who make this show happen. Main Auto LLC, Security 21 Security Systems, Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated, and the Dental Wellness Center of Vineland. And of course, guys, make sure you check out our merch partners, PHI Apparel Company. Underground Sports Philadelphia is brought to you by PHI Apparel Company, who provide unique designs and high-quality clothing for the great fans of Philly. With their original designs for all, there's no doubt you'll stand out in the crowd. You guys, get ahead of the Black Friday, Cyber Monday craziness. Get your people some merch. You guys can use our code UNDERGROUND for 10% off any apparel when you shop online at phiapparel.co. That's phiapparel.co, code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your order. let's get into it. Let's talk about the process. Let's talk about Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. It's been a long time since we have referenced this team on this show because we have been following along with far more successful teams who don't need to fire their coaches. But back-to-back nights against the Atlanta Hawks and the Utah Jazz this past weekend, Joel Embiid does the goddamn thing and drops 101 combined points in 2 games, and against the Utah Jazz goes absolutely nuclear and drops 59 points on their heads, 8 assists, 11 rebounds, 7 blocks. No player in NBA history has ever recorded that stat line for as long as blocks have been an official stat in the NBA. So yes, Wilt Chamberlain has done it a bunch of times, but when he played, blocks were not an official stat. Ever since blocks became an official stat in the NBA, Joel Embiid is the first player to record 59 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and 7 blocks. Plus, there's only one him. Joel Embiid is him. That it was a masterclass performance. Like, just unbelievable the way that he put the team on his back. Like, the Sixers against the Jazz scored 105 points as a team, and Joel Embiid scored 59 of those 105. And if you want to include Tyrese Maxey, being the second fiddle in this game, he scored 18 of the 105. So you do some quick math there, and you see how the rest of the team performed. Joel Embiid put this team on his back. As Tyrese Maxey said, he's really good at basketball. Joel just wants to fucking win here. And it's insane how putrid the Doc Rivers has been. Like, Doc Rivers has been terrible. The coaching has been awful this season. The decision-making has been terrible. Isaiah Joe and Charles Bassey are balling out for the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs respectively. Whatever the word is. That's how angry I am at this coaching staff and this front office right now. Joel Embiid just continues to be a generational icon. Like, he is going to be a player when we are old and gray, we tell our grandchildren about how good he was, what a specimen he was, and just how unbelievably talented, charismatic, and how much he loved Philly he was. Like, Joel is going to go down as one of the greatest to ever play the game of basketball in so many facets. It's unbelievable that for 2 years straight, he's been snubbed of the MVP. It seems like everybody now wants to try to give him his flowers while the Sixers are struggling. It irks me. Like, it gives me the ick that people are finally starting to realize how fucking good at basketball Joel Embiid is, and it's only taken, years to finally realize it when we've known since day one. And it's just gross that people are just starting to give him the recognition he deserves. And while it's all well and dandy, this team is still not anywhere close to where they need to be as a team. Joel and Tyrese can be playing as well as they are, but right now, if the playoffs started today, the Sixers would be the 6th seed. They're 7-7 on the year. They've played horrific basketball across the board in so many ways. It's a miracle that they're at 500 right now. And, they have a lot to figure out and a lot of, self-reflection to do as this season continues to roll along. They have 4 days off. They don't play again until Friday. Home against the Bucks, another tough team, the number 1 team in the East right now. And it's another back-to-back as you play Saturday at home against the Timberwolves. And then Tuesday, you're home against the Brooklyn Nets. And, this team has a gauntlet ahead of them. If you got the Hornets, not that the Hornets are anything, to be worried about, but it's one of those teams that you got to be on your A game and really show you're in a class above them. Same thing when you have 2 games in Orlando. Kind of weird scheduling there, Friday and Sunday against Orlando. And then the month of November wraps up home against the Hawks and on the road against the Cavs. Now, we all know basketball season truly doesn't start until Christmas. That's when everybody marks the official start of the NBA season. But it's been a putrid month so far to get going for the Sixers, and to just see how much Joel Embiid still cares, still wants this team to succeed, and wants to just thrive here is just tip of the cap to the MVP right there. And I mean, if he gets snubbed for MVP again this year, when he's out there hooping, when the rest of this team outside of Tyrese Maxey is just dead weight, I don't know what the NBA MVP voters want at that point. It's it's above my pay grade, that's for damn sure. But we need more digital voters. That's what I say. We've said it a number of times on this podcast that, the likes of myself and Matt should be MVP voters, the way that media is now. We should have a vote. You should have digital media in the mix for MVP votes. So we'll see, what happens in the future. But the Sixers, Joel Embiid he's a madman. And, he falls 1 point shy of 60 points, which he would have become, I think, the 4th or 5th player in Sixers history to drop 60 points in a game. He'll get him again. He'll hit that 60 mark at some point before his career's over. That's for damn sure. But man, it's just so cool that we are living in the age of Joel Embiid, and when nobody thought he was going to ever step on a basketball court because of the injuries, because of so many things in his personal life happening at such a young point in his career. It is magnificent to really see the human that Joel Embiid is, and how just unbelievable of a person he is in all the best ways. And I'm just happy he's here, and he's a Sixer. He's going to be a Sixers icon, and I hope he never wears another uniform in his life, because he deserves to be a Sixer for life. Get that number retired, and nobody wear number 21 ever again, because that's how damn good he is at the sport of basketball. That's how damn important and valuable he is to the city of Philadelphia. And we all know damn well that's how important he is to the Philadelphia 76ers. And hopefully James Harden will be on his way back sooner rather than later. And then we can really start cooking with gas, because that's truly what this team needs. This team needs James Harden back to really open things up, and that's why James Harden was brought here, was to be that second star with Joel Embiid, and then you have Tyrese Maxey blooming into the homegrown star that he is. Those are your core pieces, and then you need to figure out the rest. I don't know what it's going to take to get Doc Rivers out of here, but man, it's crazy that year in and year out since Doc got here, he has hindered this team and held them back from accomplishing what we all think they're capable of in some way, shape, or form. Decision-making, coaching choices. It's going to be a great day when Doc Rivers is fired, because he's just not good at his job anymore. He's not a good coach anymore. This is not 2008. And the Sixers really need to look themselves in the mirror in the front office and realize that, continuously they have guys on this coaching staff, whether it was with Brett Brown or with Doc Rivers, that leave, go become head coaches elsewhere, and are far more successful than whoever is here. You look at Monty Williams. You look at Ime Udoka. I know there's issues there, but you look what he's done with the Celtics on the court. I'm totally forgetting a couple of guys, but I think there's like 4 or 5 guys across the NBA who were former Sixers assistants and are coaching at a level where we wish we could have a coach. So Sixers need to figure that out. And until they do, we're going to be cracking open ice-cold Kenwood beers It's the official beer of Underground Sports Philadelphia. You guys can go to kenwoodbeer.com, use that all new and improved Kenny tracker to see who's got Kenwood beer on tap in the Philadelphia area. I believe they're still available. They did just drop brand new crew necks for this colder weather that is here and coming in full force. Yes, they got the light gray and the black hoodies, and then they also have the sweatshirts available as well at kenwoodbeer.com, as well as a couple cool shirts. Unfortunately, the powder blue Kenny hat, should have got it while you could. It's out of stock right now. Hopefully the beer golf glassware comes back in stock soon. I should talk to them about that. But go to kenwoodbeer.com. It's 4.1% ABV, 127 calories, 10 grams of carbs, light body, light calories, plenty of flavor, the best light beer on the planet. Got to be 21 or older to do so. And, of course, please drink responsibly. But let's talk about the Birds. Monday Night Football at Lincoln Financial Field. It feels like an eternity since the last time the Eagles played a game. Obviously, they played on Thursday night in the short week following the win against the Steelers. And then you get that extended mini-bye because that's just what happens. You play Thursday, you don't play again until the following Monday. It's been a long-ass time since we've had Eagles football, but we are on the precipice of the Eagles continuing their hot streak, looking to go 9-0 for the very first time in franchise history. Got some competition, breathing down their necks a little bit with the Vikings win over the Bills on Sunday. But right now, the Eagles going against the Commanders at 8-0, and it's just an exciting time for this team. I think they have what it takes to take care of business against the Commanders. I don't think the Commanders are that good of a team. They are 4-5. The Eagles, obviously, 8-0. You have some business to take care of. The Cowboys end up losing to the Packers, so shout out to the Packers for that dub for the Birds. The Giants keep winning, though. The Giants are 7-2. The Vikings are 8-1. The Seahawks are 6-4. You have a lot of, teams right behind you in the standings, and you don't want to lose pace in the division. You don't want to lose pace in the conference. And I'm just excited for the Eagles to finally be back. First time they're playing since the Phillies World Series run has come to an end. And I think it's going to be pretty cool tonight. They're doing an awesome featurette with Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick, and Jalen Hurts, curated by Robert Griffin III on ESPN. I'm very much looking forward to that. Shout out to Philly Vaughn, Brooklyn Vaughn, the homie for life. She is part of that team that is producing that for Monday Night Football. So make sure you tune into that because I'm excited to see what that conversation is like. And, those three guys being around each other. It's three iconic quarterbacks for a multitude of reasons in the city of Philadelphia. Obviously, McNabb being, arguably the greatest quarterback to ever put an Eagles uniform on, the winningest quarterback in Eagles franchise history. And then you have Michael Vick, who kind of took the reins from McNabb and almost won an MVP here, was a runner-up for the MVP in 2011, or 2010, excuse me, one of the two. And then you have Jalen Hurts, who took over the mantle of the Super Bowl team and is trying to write his own legacy in this town, and I think he's off to a phenomenal start. Obviously, tons of controversy around the Jalen Hurts pick at the time, but this team is poised to just continue to rock and roll. Like, they have pieces across the board. They are so deep. I'm just so excited to watch them and be laser focused in on them. Like, this is the first time I think all year that I've been juiced up to have Eagles football on my TV. It's been a while. Not that I'm not enjoying an 8-0 Eagles team, but obviously we had the Phillies doing their thing, and you guys know how I feel about the Phillies. Go check out, my solo episode and last Wednesday's episode with myself and Matt on how we felt about this Phillies season. But now, like, that the Eagles are the sole focus, I'm excited. I'm pumped to really take in an Eagles game. They're the only thing on, which will be very exciting. And, I don't want to ever hear anybody say the Eagles haven't played anybody yet, because look at what the Vikings just did. And the Eagles beat the Vikings by 3 fucking scores. Okay? And you want to talk about smack talk, you guys can go to trophysmack.com. They are the official fantasy football award provider of our podcast network. You want to upgrade your smack talk any way you can, and the best way to do it is in your fantasy football leagues. Get rid of those old tired trophies that you've had for years. Upgrade your smack talk. You can get trophies, belts, rings, you name it, they got it. And that's trophysmack.com/underground. That's trophysmack.com/underground to go check out everything that they've got, to upgrade your fantasy smack talk. Link is in the description as well. So go check out our friends at Trophy Smack. But, Jalen Hurts is looking to continue to lead this team to where they want to go, and that's the Super Bowl. This team has Super Bowl aspirations, rightfully so. You don't go out and trade for A.J. Brown on draft night if you don't think your team is poised to go win a Super Bowl. You don't, continue to have Jason Kelce coming back when he's thought about retiring year in and year out if you don't think this team can win a Super Bowl. You don't go out and trade for C.J. Gardner-Johnson, who is currently tied for the league lead in interceptions because he's got that dog in him, if you don't think this team can win a Super Bowl. You don't go out and sign James Bradbury when the Giants stupidly release him. You don't go sign him and bring him here if you don't think you can win a Super Bowl. You don't go and trade for Robert Quinn at the trade deadline if you don't think you can go win a Super Bowl. This team has that energy and that aura around them that really feels like they can accomplish something special. I really think that they can go and attack this Washington Commanders offensive line on the defensive side of things. They're back healthy, after almost full bye week, pretty much. 2 days short of a full bye week. It's crazy. So, I mean, you got rested, which is exciting. Hopefully the momentum keeps going. You're going to have a loud, packed crowd for Monday Night Football at the Link, looking for just entertainment now that the Phillies are done, now that the Union are done. You're the only team in town that anybody really has true eyes on and aspirations of success for at this current juncture. The Flyers are kind of an anomaly. The Sixers are what they are right now. The Eagles have this city in a chokehold in all the right ways, and you have a chance tonight on primetime television to really show why you are the best show in town when it comes to sports right now. And I think the Eagles are going to just do just that. They have what it takes to really get the job done. I think if you guys go to playpickup.com to play the hottest headlines in sports, you can rack up points on your fan profiles, cash them in for prizes on the pickup marketplace. That's playpickup.com. I'm going to see some fun props for tonight when it comes to the Birds. Let's see here. Looking at the NFL. You can pick if Jalen Hurts wins the MVP this season. You can play tons of stuff for the Miami Dolphins. You look at everything there is with the Eagles, and I'm going to go to the portal, actually. Pickup portal. Here we go. Because I can prop search for you guys. At least I thought it could. But you can play all types of props on playpickup.com. I'm sure you can play Jalen Hurts touchdown props, A.J. Brown receiving and touchdown props, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders rushing props. There's a whole lot you can take care of with the props at playpickup.com. And I really think the Eagles are going to, again, silence the haters, go out there, do the damn thing. Job's not finished. Not be satisfied with the way they played, because that's pretty much how they've approached everything this entire season. I think the Birds win tonight, and it's going to be exciting when they go out, they silence everybody, and then everyone decides to put the Eagles like fourth in their power rankings, because they truly don't understand ball. They don't understand how power rankings should work, and they don't understand that the Eagles are actually undefeated. And we beat the team that everyone believes is going to the Super Bowl, but beat them by 3 scores. Riddle me that, Batman. I don't get the Vikings love infatuation whatsoever. I just hate the Vikings. I really fucking do. Everybody just like strokes their ego like no other. And it's like, do you realize you're like getting behind a QB who is so mid? It's unbelievable. Like, Mayo Kirk is blech. I can't stand the Vikings, so I was rooting for the Bills. The Bills let us down. But you got to win, because the Giants continue to pull off wins. My preseason bet on the Giants under 6.5 wins has come and gone like that. So you got to keep winning, boys, because the Giants are right there. Even though the Cowboys are 6-3, like, they're still in the mix. But the Eagles got a nice schedule ahead of them as well. When you look at who's on the docket for them, the rest of the way. Looking at it here, games-wise, obviously the Commanders Monday Night Football. Then you go to the Colts next week, who have Jeff Saturday coaching them. Got to win against, shows how bad the Raiders are, but you go to the Colts. Then you're home against the Packers, who look inept, and, I don't want to hear a Cowboys fan ever again talk about our schedule. And then you're back home. You play the Tennessee Titans, who right now are, I want to see what the Titans' record is. The Titans are 6-3, so they're above 500. I think the Titans, Giants, and Cowboys right now are the only teams above 500. The Eagles play the rest of the way still, because the Colts are under 500, the Packers are under 500, and the Saints are well under 500, which is just great, because the Eagles right now have the 4th pick in the NFL draft if the season ended today, because the Saints gave us their first-round pick because they're a bunch of morons. Talk about a dumpster fire organization. Like, the Saints just suck. They're so bad. And I love that they're bad. I can't stand that team. They're gross. They money launder with Taysom Hill. Ick. And speaking of money laundering, I don't know if you guys have kept up with all the crypto nonsense, but you guys know we inducted the stupidity of crypto and NFTs into the Underground Sports Hall of Fame last year. And it continues again, because FTX, the biggest crypto fad thing ever, money laundering, Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, that thing is dead. They filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. We tried to tell you all that crypto is a scam, and here we are. Just you're reaping what you're sowing with this crypto bullshit. It's not real. It's not regulated, and if you put any amount of money into cryptocurrency, you're a buffoon. You're an absolute Nimrod, and I don't feel sorry for you. You're an absolute idiot if you trusted a non-regulated currency, quote unquote, FTX's valuation went from like $33 billion down to zero overnight. I don't feel sorry for anybody who bought into that bullshit. It's absolutely comical that people thought this fake thing was real. And it's only going to get worse. Crypto is the biggest money laundering scam ever. And you just shouldn't have gotten into it. We tried to tell you. Man, it's just so funny. It's so funny looking at all these morons. And, you know, there's TV commercials for it. I saw something that was great. Like, we had Tom Brady and Giselle advertising with this company on TV commercials like it was laundry detergent. It's absolutely insane that we were advertising a pyramid scheme on TV. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you got into crypto, I don't feel bad for you, son. You got 99 problems, and there's probably 101 right behind you because you are in deep shit. Also, shout out to the PLL, the Wu-Tang Method Man collab. This hat is sick. It's sold out, though, so you can't get your own, but I'll be rocking this bad boy all season long over on OTB. Go check out the Outside the Box podcast with myself and DJ. Check out the Getting the Whole podcast, our official golf podcast with Stephen McAvoy. And for right now, the time being, yours truly co-hosting that show. Shout out to Ben Piro on that golf grind. But if you or somebody you know is interested in the world of golf, wants to talk about it, hit us up in the DMs, on the socials. Email us, undergroundsportsphi@gmail.com. Let us know, because we are looking for a more permanent co-host outside of myself, although I love talking with Steve every week. Golf is not my forte. Check out Top Bins with Dom and Matt. World Cup season is here. The World Cup preview pod from Top Bins is coming this week. Excited about it. We're going to have some big things planned for the World Cup that you don't want to miss. And, of course, check out Streamer Season with myself and Dylan Mazzola talking all things TV and movies on your favorite streaming platforms. All good stuff going on Underground Sports Philadelphia. And I know Eagles Enemies has been on a bit of a hiatus. It's just been tough schedule-wise with everything going on with the Phils and the Union, along with the Eagles schedule. Hoping to have Eagles Enemies back and ready to rock and roll this week. I'm looking to go big for Colts week. We're going to have some fan favorites on the show. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Let's make it happen. But Eagles Enemies should return this week. Plus, we'll have the Dan Russo show again, either this week or next week. Obviously, big Thanksgiving game against Millville, one of the longest running rivalries in the country. It's one of the longest in the state as well, but another very successful season of the Dan Russo Show. Big thank you to everybody who has tuned into that, whether it's on audio or video form, especially this season. Putting it out on YouTube every week has been a rousing success, and we absolutely appreciate all the viewership of the Dan Russo Show in 2022. We got some big things coming to the YouTube channel as well in the near future that you don't want to miss, and you'll get all the news about it by following us on the socials at UndergroundPHI on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/UndergroundSportsPHI. Follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311. Check out the website, UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia.com, and subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We are there. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. It really helps the show continue to grow. We appreciate the hell out of you guys. And subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@, Underground Sports Philadelphia. Subscribe, smash that like button, ring the bell icon, comment down below your thoughts on Joel Embiid being the guy. And, of course, the birds. Give me your thoughts on the birds in the comment section on YouTube. Shout out to our sponsors who make this show happen. Main Auto LLC, Security 21 Security Systems, Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated, and the Dental Wellness Center of Vineland. Pick up Kenwood Beer, Trophy Smack, All of their info is linked in the show notes on audio and in the description on YouTube. And check out our merch partners, PHI Apparel Company. Use our code UNDERGROUND at checkout for 10% off any apparel at phiapparel.co. This has been episode number 481 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm your boy KB. It's Go Birds, baby. Shout out Joel Embiid. And until next time, I'm getting the heck out of here. And I am signing off. Peace.